Hello again, and welcome to the Penguin Magic Review. My name is Rick Lax.
And I'm Justin Flum, and looks like we are going to tell Dickens A Christmas Carol.
He's making fun of my top hat. We get together to talk about tricks that we like, and three of them today are the V-Deck and Marcus Eddy's Open and the Micro Psychic. And the first trick we'll be discussing is...
Well, you were going to say that there are three great magic tricks.
One of them is the Invisible Deck, one of them is Bizarro's color-changing sponge ball, and the third great trick in all of magic is the Micro Psychic by Nakashima Kengo. And here it is. It is
Nakashima over there?
It is a bolt and a screw, and you screw the bolt onto the screw, and it unscrews itself. It is so good. All you have to do to make it happen is hold it. And I know if you read the reviews on Penguin, which I did, there's a lot of people talking about the noise and they give it a low rating. They say, oh, it makes a noise as it unscrews. But if a bolt was really gonna unscrew itself from a screw, it would make a noise because that's how bolts and screws work. That's how it looks.
It makes a noise.
Yeah.
No, I'm defending what
Yeah.
you just said. If you were to really, if you really want to do this well, you know what you do? You buy 10 of them. And then you have a bag of bolts.
No. No, and then you let the other person pick one out.
Right.
And then they're not gonna think, there's no way this is some crazy magic gimmick bolt, and if there is, it would be so expensive that there's no way that one mere mortal would spend however much money on 10 of them, but you're saying you should actually do that to make the trick that good.
I did.
I performed this one about 2 weeks ago for an eccentric millionaire who runs a furry convention. This is true.
Furry?
A furry convention. I was with, you can Google it. Google it, see what it is. You need the bolt and something extra special to make the magic happen. I got my own extra special thing. I slipped it under my placemat real easy, and I did it. Everyone freaked out. For our next trick,
V-Deck. V-Deck is a vanishing deck of cards. If you can get past the weird box, which has a hole cut in it, they say don't talk about the box because it's a weird box and there's no way to explain it. I say absolutely you have to talk about the box. You have to mention the box. And once you do and you give them the box, you say, take a look, there's a hole in it. I want you to be able to see in the box in a second.
You have the whole deck of cards individually. They're taken out of the box, and then you put them back into the box. They disappear. But when you compare this to the traditional vanishing card box, it is much more organic because it's
an ordinary object.
Yeah, it's a regular card box. And people can imagine, like, oh, it's a card box, you cut a hole in it. So in that sense, it's a big improvement on the old version, which was a good trick. I think this is the next logical step, and it makes it much more organic.
Here's the other thing, that the whole routining and taking a card and putting it in and then making the card be the only thing left in the card box, this muddied the effect for at least Ricky and I. What we found was best is taking the deck of cards. You can actually have the deck, you can shuffle it, and you can put it into the box and say we don't need it anymore and reveal that it's gone. And that's it.
Yeah, because at that point if you say, oh, and your signed card is the one card left in the box, well, they saw you put the cards in there, so that's not surprising. The surprise is seeing the whole deck of cards disappear, and when you do this with the V-Deck, it looks really good, such that you don't need to, in my opinion, convolute it with a pick-a-card trick.
We'll show a clip of you doing that right now.
No, we showed it before probably, so we'll just edit that out. And our final trick is by Marcus Eddy, and it is called, oh, I wanted to remember the name just looking at the camera. It's called Open.
How could you forget Open? It's an open prediction.
You've got a box of cards. It's a red bicycle deck. And outside of the deck, rubber banded to the deck, you have one single blue card. And then you show the red cards, you have someone pick one of them, it gets put back in the middle of the deck gets put back in the box, and then you show that one blue card that was on top of the box the whole time rubber banded is in fact the card that they selected. And they get a completely free choice, there is no force involved.
What Ricky means is that you have a prediction and it matches.
I was really blown away with how impressive and just geniusly constructed this gimmick is. The downside is that you gotta make it, and it's gonna require a little bit of arts and crafts, 5, 10, 15 minutes. Is that about right?
I'd say 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The advantages of it are it really is a free selection. The prediction is in view the whole time, and that's our Chinese food.
Oh, battery issues and...
So we're back. We had our Chinese food.
It was Thai food. Justin got it wrong the first time, and before we started filming, he's like, I called it Chinese, and I know it was really Thai, but don't correct me. And I wouldn't have unless he pointed it out. How do you feel now, my friend? Foolish!
Still a stupid hat.
All right. Very clever thinking with Marcus Eddy's Open. It is gonna be some work for you getting the gimmick together, but if you do get it together, there is no way people are gonna be able to construct in their heads what this is. This is just clever thinking. But you're right, it can be signed, and so can the V-deck. I tried to do I'm just a mess of talking. Can you end the show, Justin?
This is a great bunch of products. Open, V-deck, Micropsychic. Check them out on Penguin Magic. Like us on Facebook. You can go be friends with Ricky Lax, or you can like me on my Facebook page. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
What he said.